Probably have like 43 minutes before we.
I know. It's like we got like a hard out for this one. It's the first time the hard stop. Yeah.
In that case,
it is 5 minutes away if we need to come back after. So.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Don't panic.
I think we can get all of our thoughts in.
In that case,
yeah.
As you guys know, I don't know how to start the podcast yet, so it'll either be just kind of starting it or something along the lines of "Welcome to Late to the Movies." What did I say next? Usually, my name is Ben Hull. This is a podcast where my friends and I get to fill in our movie blind spots. Each week, we'll pick a film that either I or a guest hadn't seen before, and really should have by now. And sometimes it's not a movie. Sometimes it's 2 Thanksgiving specials. On this Thanksgiving special for Thanksgiving on the podcast. My guest, your guest, left to right across your podcast style this week. We got Jeffrey.
Hi.
We got Kate.
Hello.
Andy.
Hi.
And Kay.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, we don't always or really all that often have someone new on. Usually we start with like, what have you watched lately? But I have to put you on the spot since you're new. Do you watch a lot of movies or TV or reality?
I do watch a lot of sitcoms.
Yeah. Any favorites?
New Girl is my favorite show of all time.
Solid.
I did watch Please Don't Destroy's movie this morning, The Treasure of Foggy Bottom.
Have not watched it yet, but I saw.
Have you seen a commercial or a trailer or anything? Do you watch their skits on SNL? Anybody?
Yeah.
Or sketches, not skits.
Right, yeah.
I think they're really silly.
They are indeed very silly. That's I like their sketches. I haven't watched the movie yet.
Well, it came out this morning, so
yeah. I'm slacking. I'm slacking. Yeah. I thought you worked all day.
I watched it at like 8:30 a.m.
That's what a weird day you're having.
I know.
Anyway, anyone else can jump in with the normal "What have you watched lately?" Since that was, I mean, that's hard to beat. That was literally earlier today.
Yeah.
We are watching Lessons in Chemistry together. Apple TV. It is based on a book. I'm liking it so far. Brie Larson.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. PJ Novak as the voice of a dog. Oh, yeah. And I just finished Station 11, also based on a book.
Yeah. Anytime I log on to Apple, like I did to watch the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special, there's some show I've never heard of that has probably like multiple Oscar winners and really famous people in it. And then I never get around to watching it. This time, it was a show that spun off from the 2014 Godzilla movie starring both Kurt Russell and his son, Wyatt Russell. Classic Apple experience.
You're watching something without me, which is rare.
Yeah, I just started watching The Curse, Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, I really want to get into that. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I love Emma Stone. I love Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, there's only one episode out so far. So
it's not too high a barrier for entry yet, but that's on Paramount?
Yeah, Showtime technically, but I watched it on Paramount. I don't know how that works, but
yeah, it just works. Okay.
As I was telling you, I anytime it's the midst of the school year, rarely watch anything. My brain is too all the time. So the only thing I've seen that's new in the last little while is I saw the Taylor Swift movie. That's it. It's the only thing I did. And it was fun. It was good. I was kind of tucked up. I did not, but I kind of like tucked myself away in the corner because there were a bunch of people dancing down in front. And so I was like, as long as they're away from me, that's okay. But it was fine. It was like a little experience. I was like, this is strange. Don't do this at any other movies, children, but okay.
There's been a lot of discourse since the pandemic of people forgetting how to behave in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Did you see any phones?
That was the thing that was the most strange. And I was sitting next to my friend and she was getting like upset because there was literally a woman in front of, and it was like her child wasn't doing this. It was her. And she just was recording on her phone the movie, like just parts of it as it was happening, as if she was at an actual concert, like recording what was happening. And we're both like, this has already been filmed. Like, you're not going to do a better job. Like, what is happening?
I think it's also technically illegal.
Yeah. Like, it was such
because it's a concert movie
idea.
doesn't mean you can just break laws.
Like, who do you need to show this to?
Right.
Like, it's a movie already. Just they can go and see it themselves.
Was that the expectation of the movie, though, that people would treat it as a concert?
I believe so, but I thought that it was like treat it like a concert in the area of like it was mainly, I feel like kids, little girls. It was like middle school down through elementary. It was no one, I didn't see any like teens or really like high schoolers there. And it's like they were there because like this was like the attainable way for them to go and see a Taylor Swift, and they like were dancing and they're down in front and they're having a good time. That's like okay. But like also don't do this in any other movie. Like this is the only one that this is okay at. So I am a little worried that like this is what they think movies are now. So like yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's Oscar season now. I mean, all the film bros will be down in front recording like Killers of the Flower Moon and
Yeah.
holdovers.
Of course.
Dancing in circles.
Yep. They're gonna come in full like outfit. Yeah.
That's how I'm going to Napoleon. Yeah.
They're gonna
Just
come dressed
full
as Leo.
French garb,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full French garb.
French stuff.
Yeah.
I'll have a
Tri-corner
baguette,
hat, baguette.
black and white horizontal striped shirt, just like Napoleon wore, right?
You're gonna get exiled to an island.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it. Elba?
That was the first one.
Okay. All right. Do we want to transition for the sake of time into the movies, quote unquote, that we watched?
Movies.
Yeah. Specials. I also want to know why you shouted Elba. What does that
The
mean?
island that
Oh.
he was sent to. Not just like Idris Elba. We're just like
Took me
Elba.
a minute. I like context clues it, but I was like, comma Idris.
That's what I was
said-
thinking.
She said you get exiled to an island. And then I was trying to remember which island he got exiled to. And that's when I yelled Elba.
I thought it was Idris Elba in the movie. And
Yeah,
I don't
Elba.
know what movie you're talking about.
Napoleon, it's played by Idris Elba. It's not perfectly historically accurate. Napoleon famously much shorter than Idris Elba. Otherwise, the spitting image.
Thought about Napoleon too much lately, I feel like. Well, we were in Paris. That's why. I mean, we were in Paris.
Ooh
We were in
la
Berlin.
la.
We were not in Paris.
Oh.
One of those European pea cities.
One of those European places.
I haven't been to Paris in over a decade.
Cool.
Great.
It's going to loosen up over
I was going to say,
time.
I do not know how much of that is usable, but okay.
That's okay. We only
Cut a
recorded
lot of
for 8
Napoleon
minutes, so how dare you? I'm going to leave in all the dead air before I yell Elba.
It's going to be a 4-minute podcast.
Oh my
Yeah, we can't cut out everything. We need to
That's
make it to
true.
an hour. at least.
Just really extend that pause after the
I
island
can do that.
before Elba.
15 minutes of just dead air.
I'll just put it in later.
Yeah.
I just thought of it, just in between the two movies, quote unquote, that we're going to talk about. All right. The way this goes now is we'll usually do our little disclosure form. I had definitely seen the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special before. I had not seen the Garfield Thanksgiving special before. And sight unseen, I thought it'd be funny to make everyone watch it. And I was right. We'll find out. How about y'all?
I had seen the Charlie Brown one. They still show it at the school sometime if we have like extra space on our like Thanksgiving holiday and the kids are going crazy. Someone will throw it on. So I've seen it quite a few times. I had never seen the Garfield one. I feel like maybe that was in just like a box somewhere and some people did not take that out for a while.
Same. I saw the Peanuts one for sure. I did not see Garfield, and I think there was a reason for that.
Just, yeah, you knew.
I feel like I've not seen anything, so I was going in thinking I hadn't seen Charlie Brown, but I definitely had once I put it on. Had not seen Garfield. I don't think I'd ever seen any Garfield.
Yeah, and I definitely had seen the Charlie Brown, and I watched a good amount of Garfield, but I don't remember watching that one.
So we could structure this like one at a time. Maybe we just talk about Chuck first and then transition to Garf.
Garf.
Does Charlie Brown even like the nickname Chuck?
I don't think so.
Peppermint Patty just comes in and she's screaming, Chuck, Chuck, Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a bit domineering in that relationship.
Yeah.
That's a word for it.
Big top energy.
Yes. 100%. Like because she's a clown, that's what you mean?
Yes, big top. Oh, you guys are so wholesome.
It stays now. 1 minute plot summary.
I don't know if I can fill a minute, but I'll talk.
You max minute. You can definitely go under.
Okay. Charlie Brown is so excited about Thanksgiving at his grandma's house. As excited as a young boy can be with extreme anxiety.
Yeah.
He's so clear. Like
Yeah.
he has like whatever.
Existential.
Yeah, dread.
Dread.
Yes.
Yeah. He
No
he
zest
fears
for
his-
life.
No.
And then his friend from I don't know where, camp maybe? Peppermint Patty calls him. How did they become friends? I feel like it's camp.
Gotta
Camp
be.
friend.
Sure.
Calls up and says, "Oh my gosh, Chuck, you love me so much. I'm gonna come to your house for Thanksgiving." And Charlie Brown's like, not really, but okay, because he's wishy-washy. And then she invites her whole squad, and they roll in, force Snoopy to cook a dinner for them. Snoopy is a dog. And then they complain about the dinner. And then they all go to Charlie Brown's grandma's house. It all works out. It's fine. It's supposed to mimic some poem.
Run of the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah.
Some
yeah.
poem.
So
The dinner
Peppermint- Peppermint Patty's Grendel in this? What is that one?
Right? It's
I think
Wait,
you're
what
right.
did you say?
I know. I was just picking the most ridiculous poem I could think of for this.
because I got deep into this because I had a lot of questions after watching it again. And so Peppermint Patty sends Marcy to go apologize to Charlie Brown because she is being very rude. She's being honestly a real jerk. And Marcy goes to apologize, and Linus, with all his like wisdom, says this is like very much like some poem about, I forget what it's called. Oh no.
Right.
It's like John Arden or something, Ardell, and Priscilla something. And John is friends with a guy who's like, I love Priscilla so much. Please go tell her. And John goes to tell her, and Priscilla's like, no, I like you instead. And that's honestly how Thanksgiving became popular, you guys. I'm dead serious. I looked this up, but I can't remember any of the details. This happened in 1620, and then the poem was written about it in the like 1850s. You guys, I'm serious. I looked this up. I definitely went over a minute.
Yeah, it's fine.
We started talking about it within the minute.
we started getting
Yeah.
We went on a journey.
We went on a journey. He has anxiety for sure. He's a man
gosh.
without a lot of pushback to things happening in his life. So I guess there's a few ways to attack this. Is this his fault? Is it Patty's fault?
Patty.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
Patty.
Patty.
it's definitely Patty, but he is wishy-washy, as
Patty
Lucy
can't read a room.
says.
Yeah.
I think she knows what she's doing.
I think she's manipulative.
Yeah. She
I
wanted
think she's a bully.
she wanted free food. And she thought, who's like the biggest pushover in town? She calls up Chuck.
Chuck.
Speaking of biggest pushover in town, it opens with the football thing.
Oh, classic.
Classic. And he's like, how stupid do you think I am? I'm definitely not going to do that. And then the next thing, he does that. This guy.
I'm blanking on her name.
Lucy.
Marcy.
Marcy.
No.
Lucy in the football.
Lucy, right? With the football.
Oh, that's Lucy. But then what is Charlie Brown's sister's name?
It's also Lucy in my head.
Sally.
Okay.
Sally?
In my head, I was calling her Lucy.
Me too.
Lucy wasn't invited to Thanksgiving.
There's a lot of the Peanuts gang that wasn't there. It just happened to be whoever was in Peppermint Patty's house at the time.
And whose parents didn't care
No.
if they went to Thanksgiving or not.
No, just Marcy
Let
and
their
Franklin.
children go off alone.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving. I find this, and we'll talk about this with Garfield too, but just like there's so many things that I feel like were just kind of just made for children as when like before we were kids even that just are so terribly strange or like tone deaf, or it's just kind of like that like concept of like because we're kids watching it, we're not going to have that like thought of like, but where are their parents? Right. Like, that like next step of like, why aren't they with their families? Like, they just don't address it. They're just like, no, they're doing their thing. Chuck's going to make it. Like,
Yeah.
but why?
Like he has a grandma.
Yeah.
We're not like pretending he's an adult.
There's no parental supervision ever.
I think they don't, anytime a parent talks, you can't understand them. So,
Wah, 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 wah.
famously.
Famous.
So what's like the Peanuts vibes for this crew? I feel like the Peanuts stuff was on all the time.
My mom was really into the Peanuts.
Yeah.
And I had like a Snoopy bank as a child.
Sure.
I feel like I might have had that bank. Yeah.
It's a good bank.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Was his little doghouse with like
Yeah.
him laying on top of it?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Had that bank.
That's so vividly in my head.
Yeah.
Yep.
That must have been a very popular bag.
Yeah. I feel like the Peanuts have entered the like nostalgia realm of like, I'm willing to kind of like go with it. Like, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, Patty's making me a little upset here, but like, it's still got that little bit of nostalgia or just enough nostalgia that I'm like, okay, like we could throw it on. Like if we have like a little bit of time, like on Thanksgiving, have it in the background and it's not going to be like terrible. So
Yeah, and I think you also can trust that by the end, someone's going to tell Peppermint Patty she's been
yeah.
trifling. But,
So true.
which is maybe, and the other thing we'll talk about, maybe not the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is 73. So this is well into the Peanuts run.
Mm-hmm.
This is even Churchill's even involved anymore at this point. Yeah, okay, he still wrote this one. This is the third one of the Charlie Brown ones and of the Charlie Brown holiday things. And I feel like culturally, significance wise, it might be third also. Christmas, I would say, is probably the first one, and then it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Definitely.
Even just because of the title, I mean, it's memorable.
It is.
It's great.
Yeah. But this is one that I feel like it still gets played on TV. They still do like a event of like the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. They're
Yeah,
going to just like
absolutely.
run it all day sort of thing. And not many other TV specials I feel like get that.
That's true. Not enough Thanksgiving content out there.
That's true.
So true.
And that's why we're doing Bird Month in the normal episodes of the podcast. I still have to find a fourth bird. But yeah, so
Turkey.
there's no good turkey movies. We already did Chicken Run, Maltese Falcon, and we already did another one. I forgot.
The birds.
The birds. There's no turkeys in the birds. That would have been. They get bigger every time they attack, so they probably eventually would have been turkeys.
Mhm.
I don't know. I probably would have been pretty mad about that Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
You would have?
With the context of a dog made this, I would have been super impressed. But in a vacuum, if I had been invited to someone's house for Thanksgiving, which importantly did not happen here, and a human made it, which again, important distinction.
Another child?
I mean, that's tough too.
Well, the others, Peppermint Patty's crew was invited to Charlie Brown's house.
By her.
By her. They didn't know that.
So they
though.
should be mad at her, you think, for
Yeah.
the food?
Yeah.
They weren't even really mad. Peppermint Patty was mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't, but they understood. They were like, our parents don't want us around today. I'll take what I can get. A lot of people not eating dinner with their families in the couple specials we watched for this episode.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at Chuck.
No.
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 You can't. He can't even butter the bread. Linus said you can't butter it. I don't know why, though. He didn't explain.
No, he didn't.
Maybe it's because
coming up with arbitrary things.
like he can't use a knife yet.
Yeah, maybe.
How old are these kids supposed to be?
I think very young.
Linus uses a blankie. Charlie Brown does have the hairline of a 57-year-old. Or a
That's
1-year-old.
Somewhere in the middle. Yeah. I think they're supposed to be like pretty freaking young. But, mid-century Americana themes and whatnot. This is the 70s when this comes out, but I feel Peanuts is in the same class as, Rockwell and stuff for me, at least the early Rockwell stuff before he got political.
I had kind of a soft spot for Peppermint Patty. Hot take.
Interesting.
It's a hot take.
We can get into it.
Well, I feel like, she has an interesting gender thing going on, right? She's like very butch. This is early queer representation in media.
Wears Birkenstocks.
Yeah. She's a woman who knows what she's a girl who knows what she wants. And she wants Chuck. She's into Chuck. She's forceful for sure.
True.
But in 1973, girls weren't encouraged to be peppermint patties,
No. And in her defense, I mean, she's met Chuck before. And it's like, is he going to make the first move?
Right, exactly.
No, that guy's not going to do anything.
Those are good points.
So yeah, if you want to have Thanksgiving dinner with Chuck, you have to invite yourself to his house.
For sure. Yeah.
So it says their
could've
ages are
done
supposed to
differently.
range from 3 to 6, with
Oh my
Sally
gosh.
Brown and Linus being the youngest, and
Yeah.
Charlie and Lucy being the oldest. So Charlie's supposed to be 6, I think.
Yeah.
He can't use a knife. And he's supposed to make Thanksgiving dinner for other
It's too much.
toddlers.
It's too much pressure.
Patty knows
Far
what she
too much
wants.
pressure. There's too many
Right.
toddlers just unattended.
That is why they have to turn to the dog.
Yeah. In dog years, he's by far the oldest.
Oh, well beyond.
Yeah.
Woodstock ageless.
Yeah. Unclear for sure. I can't tell age on tiny birds. So, what do we think of this one?
Excellent.
Yeah.
It was wholesome. It was adorable. I really I appreciated the end when you found out Snoopy was like actually an excellent chef.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
He's
I
holding
also
back.
realized like there was a lot of silence in that, which like just wouldn't happen
Mhm.
in anything made today. At the end, when they're like, putting the table together, it was, you could hear like just noises in the background, but literally nothing was happening on screen. So by silence, I mean visual silence, lack of movement, and for like 10 seconds while they were putting things together. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's
Def-
cool to think about animation.
Definitely not what happens in cartoons now. The visual silence, the stillness.
Stillness. Yeah, that's the word.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good third best Peanuts special.
Yeah.
I think it's just solid. Like it's, as I was saying before, it's one that feels very nostalgic. So I think it's just become part of culturally just what we think of. If you think of like a Thanksgiving special, it's one that'll come up. So
Yeah, it's yeah, just a lot of cultural osmosis, one of those things
Yeah.
that just everyone's seen because it's on,
Mhm.
I feel like this like animated Grinch,
yeah,
the short from back in the day, that was another thing that, in a month will be on all the time somewhere,
Mhm.
constantly playing.
Probably
And
right after Thanksgiving, it'll be on somewhere all the time.
yeah, we didn't talk about Snoopy too much, but a lot of good Snoopy bits in this.
Oh, excellent Snoopy bit.
Good Snoopy stuff. He's great, dressing up like a pilgrim. It's good stuff. It's Linus who does like the history bit in this.
Yes, the Miles Standish bit.
Yeah.
It is something that I feel like cartoons, particularly of this time, tended to do. Of like they knew there was going to be an audience, particularly for like teachers to show this to their kids in class, and so it has to have a little bit of a nod to like we're actually educating them about the history of Thanksgiving or whatever it is. Now you can write it into your lesson plan.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Last time I went camping was at Miles Standish.
Yeah, that all I could think of was the campground as well. It's
Yeah.
like, I've never thought about who Miles Standish is.
There's a guy, I guess he was from Carver.
You're from Massachusetts.
There's a lot of stuff named after
that
him
campground
specifically
without
there. Yeah. He built the first cabins there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if someone asked me what did Miles Standish do, that would be my only answer.
Yeah. You found that lake? Probably him.
It's an okay lake, I guess. We've all seen better lakes. Ratings, real quick.
Oh.
Scale of 0.5 to 5 on any scale you're choosing. You can go up in half increments, but the scale can't be stars.
Okay, so it's like 5 objects.
Yeah, of your choice.
Oh,
So yeah.
I feel like the scale is weird on this one because I'm like, I don't know, 4, but like, is it actually good? I don't know.
It's up to you. You can take it on, is it on the curve? Or is it
Yeah,
like
yeah, I think-
for what it's trying to do?
Yes, I think of classic TV specials, I'm going to give it 3.5, 3.75.
You can't do 0.75.
3.5 football tricks. Football trickery.
Football trick or
Yes.
make it plural.
Trickeries.
It's gotta be a noun.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Thanksgiving specials, I'm giving this 5 out of 5 unbuttered pieces of toast.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Because it's really good. It has history. It has like parallel stories of miscommunication between Peppermint Patty and Chuck and Snoopy and Woodstock. And I have like memories of being so angry at Peppermint Patty. And I was going to come here being like, Peppermint Patty, give me a peanut allergy. And like all these like one-liners about like how she ruined it. But I'm coming around to Peppermint Patty, honestly.
I had Kaylee's score and Andy's object in my head. 3.75 pieces of unbuttered toast. But I'll give it 4 if I'm not allowed to
Can't
cut my toast.
you can't cut your toast. Out of what? Are you also doing unbuttered piece of toast? No one's ever done it before, but you can double up on it.
I mean,
sure.
Woodstocks is my second
Why not?
choice.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna go 3.5, and I always do bags of popcorn, which is actually relevant for once.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'm going on a scale of the stuff we watched for this episode. So for me, it's 5 out of 5 of Snoopy's alter egos.
That's a good one.
I don't even know if he has 5, right?
Probably.
5.
Probably.
He's got that Artie cousin, Red Baron, Joe Cool,
The chef.
the
You
chef.
can do the chef.
The
and the
chef
pilgrim.
counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pilgrim.
You're good.
Costume changes.
Boom.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to give us a 1-minute plot summary for Garfield's Thanksgiving special?
I can do it if we want.
Yeah, you can take the hit on it.
Go.
Give it a go. So Garfield is a cat, and he, just in case we didn't know, and he is scarily sentient and is speaking in just over kind of the entire time about how he is going to terrorize the dog, realizes that he's got a vet appointment, he's going to try and hide it, realizes the next day's Thanksgiving, cons his owner into going and buying all of the food seemingly from the grocery store, tries to crash the car so he won't go to the vet. When they get to the vet, he hates the vet, but John loves the vet and tries to basically hold his own life at ransom until she decides to go on a date with him. Tries to just kind of hold his breath until she will. And she finally does, to seemingly just kind of get him out of her face. They get there. He fundamentally does not understand how to cook anything and is doing a terrible job of trying to prepare Thanksgiving dinner. Has to call his grandma to come. Grandma shows up, is the best character by far. Kills it, does juggling with all the food, creates a beautiful Thanksgiving table, and seemingly John has a wonderful date with this vet who has been duped. And there's a real cloying song that they sing about the magic of Thanksgiving and how family is magic and Thanksgiving is magic and we're all magic. And Garfield doesn't have to diet anymore, but now the dog does. Thanksgiving.
Technically, Odie's also supposed to be a beagle like Snoopy, but they never specified specifically. He also might be, I think in the live action, he's been Dachshund/Terrier mix.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, it is what it is. That's all I have to say about this one. Yeah, local sex pest John Arbuckle will not take no for an answer. This guy's the worst. So my hope and why we did this one is I thought just a 24-minute thing wouldn't give us a lot to talk about. So maybe 2 of them would. And then also I thought it was weird that in my mind, both Charlie Brown and Garfield really associated with Thanksgiving because of the Macy's parade. Both
True.
very prominent balloons.
Yes.
Everyone knows about the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. Why did I not know there was a Garfield Thanksgiving special? Turns out it's barely about Thanksgiving. It's essentially like you just change a couple variables and a little bit of theming. It's just John asking out a person on a date.
Yeah.
suggesting it's at his own house, red flag. And then just, that's it. He's bad at cooking. It wouldn't really change anything except for the weird, like, weepy song about Thanksgiving that happens towards the end.
Truly.
The dieting and stuff is like a bigger plot point almost than Thanksgiving in this. And and just the general weird vibes of John. I was counting on that and assuming maybe people weren't as familiar with Garfield and knew that John is kind of always like this.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I was just gonna say it does feel to me like Thanksgiving was an afterthought. Like they had already
He had no plans.
No, they'd already like
He clearly has
but also just
family
for,
members who are really good at cooking Thanksgiving dinner.
but
and
also
wasn't
just
gonna
for the
eat it.
creation of this special, it felt like an afterthought.
Yes.
Of like they had already created, animated, done all of this of just about like it's the vet day
Yeah.
and John likes the vet. He's gonna take her on a date, and then they were like, "Do you want to do this for Thanksgiving?" And they're like, "Well, okay." But
That's
also
what I'm saying.
for John and for him, it felt like, why is there no plans? Like your grandma obviously loves you. Was she not going to cook? Like,
And she's not
sounds like she
cooking.
is cooking, but like,
Yeah. Like, why is she free?
yeah.
I was not familiar with John Arbuckle. Again, hadn't seen any
So I'm not
Garfield.
familiar with your game. Yeah.
So, yeah, thankfully. So when this happened, when he started asking out the vet, my first thought was like, oh, he's a normal character, and this is like a thing that, you know, was made of its time, like Chevy Chase and Christmas Vacation harassing the store clerk, and like I'm mad because this guy's being a creep, and that's how I went into it. I was like, this is like, you know, supposed to be normal, and then it became very clear that this
No,
is
it
his
was cool.
character.
She was cool with it by
She
the
loved
end.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed the smooch at the end in your
Oh,
plot
yeah.
summary.
It's true. I forgot. Blocked it out, maybe.
It seemed like you wanted to say something.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. You're just sending me the mic. Yeah, I thought it was really funny that they made a date for the next Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Also, like after a first date, a year later is too long.
Yeah,
I would say.
probably a little bit too long.
You're going to lose momentum. I think that's just common sense. But John's not a common sense kind of guy.
Mm-mm.
He's real bad at everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just kind of the worst. Putting the butter on his own face. Like, why would you do that? He's not a smart man. And he lives alone. Like, he has to cook something eventually.
I don't think he does.
He's just eating like 80s frozen dinners.
I think so.
Jesus.
Another frozen dinner.
Just like Salisbury steaks every night. It was angering to watch just in the ineptitude and the helplessness of just being like, oh, it says to let it thaw for 24 hours. This will be fine. Of just like that. I don't know. I was like, I don't know if this is just because of the times and like it would have been fine then. But I was like, even thinking, I was like, I don't think this would have been fine then. Like this was 89 that they created this, that it came out. And I was like, 89, like, yeah, you're basically the 90s. And like, even then, I don't think people were super pleased with just this complete, just kind of abdication of responsibility for what's happening of,
Hey, that's just Gen X for you.
okay.
They're all into. Yeah, no, this guy sucks. But it's called Garfield's Thanksgiving special. So what do we think about Garfield?
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess
He's all right.
John's not the main.
I haven't seen any of the other Garfield movies at all.
Yeah.
Does he always have such like a generic voice? I thought he should have like
Yeah.
an
That
interesting voice.
that's his main voice actor, Lorenzo Music, who died, I want to say, like almost 20 years ago. But they still kind of use some of his voice in like from archives for newer stuff. But then Kay mentioned, well, you can say it. It was your mention.
No, I was just saying how much the voice sounded like Bill Murray. And then Ben reminded me that
yeah.
the live action one is Bill Murray, like doing the voice. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. They were just like, who's got the closest voice? And I'm like, oh, it's Bill Murray. Yeah.
Jeffrey's obsessed. Jeffrey's wearing a Bill Murray t-shirt, button-up
Button-down
shirt
shirt,
right
yeah.
now. This is Bill Murray's golf clothing
Oh
line
my gosh.
Wow.
called William Murray.
Yeah. I don't know how much the voice sounds like it, or it's just the inflections they use.
It's a lot of the
It's a little bit of both, I think.
Yeah.
And that transitions well into our surprise game show.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
First question. Do you know what the sequel to the Bill Murray voiced live action kind of Garfield movie is? The subtitle of the sequel.
Oh my God.
The musical.
No.
I don't. Garfield, please come home.
Yeah.
On the run.
It's Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. Now,
Oh no.
second round.
Oh no.
Everyone's at 0. Come up with another Dickensian subtitle pun for a Garfield movie or any cat-related Dickensian pun. Yeah, go.
Can you please explain what Dickensian means?
Based on a Dickens novel.
Oh.
Christmas Carol. Oh
Oliver-
God, what's that Drood one?
Oliver Twist. Droogs?
No.
That's Clockwork Orange. That's not Dickens. Great Expectations.
Yeah, The Mystery of Edwin Drood
Christmas Carol.
is
you
a
already said.
Dickens novel.
Drood,
I'm not
yeah.
crazy.
That's not everyone's first pill for Dickens, though.
Just David Catterfield.
That's one. 1 point for Kay.
Wow.
Wait.
Can I see a list of novels?
I had one in my head.
I was trying to do something with Christmas Carol, and I was like, Christmas cattle. And I'm like, no, that's a different word.
That's where my head was going. I was like, where was it?
All right.
The old Catarosity shop. Kaylee wins.
Great cat expectations.
Oh, that's a good one.
We were looking for cat expectations, but yeah, that's one.
Okay.
1 point for Jeffrey, 1 for Kay.
Martin Kiselwit. Katzelwit.
I was like, Kizzlewit.
Kittlewit. Kid.
Kitty lit.
Yeah, there you go.
The old Kittyosity shop.
Oh,
Better.
that's a really good one.
All right, everyone's got a point but Kate.
That's a good one.
Didn't know that was a book.
Odiver twist.
Oh, that was cute. Odiver twist.
There you go.
Oh,
2 points for Jeffrey.
2 points.
I really like that one.
And I guess he wins. We were playing it too.
No.
Well, unless you can get one. Get on the board. Then we'll finish the game.
Cataby Rudge.
Love it.
That's all I got.
Okay.
the cat with capers.
That
Yeah.
Our mutual friend.
Oh, I
That
like
works.
that one. I like
That
that one.
works.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank God.
You're like, I need this to be over.
Redeemed.
Thank God. Yeah. Also would have accepted Poliver twist.
Jeffrey's chat GPTing this.
Oh.
No, keep
probably
going.
good. Yeah,
we need to
yeah,
know what
see what I
chat
come up
GPT
with.
has to say.
Yeah, I say.
The cat expectations was my favorite one.
It tried to make a
It's really good.
pun.
Christmas cat roll was it?
Kiss.
I couldn't help, unfortunately, but yeah, it was Christmas cat roll.
Cat roll.
You just have to pronounce it weirdly.
I know, because I was like cattle, and then I was like, that's not it.
So this cat, man, he hates Mondays and eats lasagna. Does neither in this short though.
They don't even mention Monday.
They don't mention Mondays. He just hates the vet so much. When the vet gets there and John's like, "Hey, Liz," and Garfield's like, "She's a veterinarian." I was like, "Get his ass, Garfield." but then I realized what he was saying, that is like, she's not a lady. She's like subhuman because she's a veterinarian.
It
Which
did
isn't great
upset
either.
Me that she kept having to be like, it's doctor, and he'd be like, Dr. Liz, and she's like, no. like,
Yeah.
No, I literally hate you.
yeah. Like she said flat out, no, I do not want to date you. And then he's like, I'm gonna hold my breath until
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a child.
Yeah, not a good lesson for little boys.
No.
No, he's not anyone's role model.
No.
Like I said, it was the balloon thing that was like, why have I never heard of the Garfield special? And then also, like, I wish I could say it was something more than that. Like, Charlie Brown representing the sort of when America was really convinced it was the best country in the world, mid-century sort of thing. Again, this was the 70s, but still, like, it's these kids with figuring out responsibilities and sort of like social norms and whatnot, and this quaintness, and then Garfield representing like if that's the yin, then the yang is this like rampant consumerism and over merchandising of Garfield through the 80s and 90s. But I didn't think about it that hard. I only thought of that when we were podcasting. But yeah, it's sort of like the two parts of America, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole picture is this Charlie Brown Garfield marriage of ideals that really describe in Thanksgiving about really the birth of America. So
These are some excellent points.
Whoa.
Just wanted to, tie a bow on it.
Just really enjoyed that analysis.
Yeah.
Just wanted to put a bow on it. Let's do ratings because we got to go.
For Garfield.
For Garfield,
We're doing an escape room, friends.
It's
Yeah.
not going to be on there, but we'll just keep explaining it.
Yeah.
ratings.
2 lasagnas.
Okay.
I'm gonna go one bag of popcorn. It was awful. I'm never gonna watch it again. Hopefully.
No.
I'm also gonna do 1 grandma's biker helmets.
Yeah, that's good.
This movie sucked. It was terrible and a huge missed opportunity for a cartoon about a cat that likes to eat a lot.
Mm-hmm. That would have been great. Just do that. I have no idea what to rate this. Oh, well, it's a 1, but I have no idea what the actual object would be.
It's a real struggle
No,
on this.
it's a 1.
It's either a 1 or 1.5.
It's a 1 for sure. One like a half-second cranberry sauce.
Yeah, blink and you miss it. 1 rebuffed advances, except with John, it's like 12. That he gets very clear knows about. No one's role model. This John Harbaugh.
No.
Anyway, that real quick, the through line for this month is a 2-parter. So, we're gonna talk turkey. Any turkey takers? What's your takes on turkey? You like turkey?
I like turkey.
Okay, as a food or a bird?
Both.
Okay.
I've saved baby turkeys before.
Did you though?
They were about this big. I had to put on
It
a
was
bunch
a
of
whole
gloves.
thing.
And the mom kept trying to attack me, but the babies were stuck, and I kept having to run over and try and scoop one out and get it.
It took like 2 hours.
It took 2 hours. They were on our deck, and the mom kept
Too
walking up,
stupid.
jumping onto the ledge and jumping off and being like, follow me. And they could not. And so they were backed into a corner, and they wouldn't go the other way. And then the mom was getting tired. So she was sitting on the roof watching me try and scoop them up. And she kept screaming at me and then trying to hit my head. I got all the babies out though.
Yeah, just put on gloves.
I did, because I was
Use
I didn't
a
know if it was
shovel?
the sort of thing if I touched
they
them with
smell,
human
yeah.
hands, she would abandon them. So I put on gloves and that I covered with leaves just in case. And then I picked up
Yeah.
all the babies and tried to get them out while
It
the
was
mom
the-
chased me.
It was one of the weirdest things I've ever watched closely. It didn't help.
He didn't
but still,
help.
too
Was it on your
nervous.
back deck? You have
Yes.
great glass doors. That
Yes.
whole expanse. That must have been great viewing.
It was wonderful. It was so weird. It was one of those things that you went outside. It's like, oh, I'll take care of this really quickly. And then an hour later, we're still getting yelled at by adult turkeys. And these babies were so stupid. You tried to build a step
I
ladder.
built a bridge and they wouldn't go on it.
We used all the patio furniture cushions to build a steps up to the ledge, and they didn't understand stairs. They're turkeys. They're newborn turkeys.
They're newborn turkeys, guys.
There were stairs they could have gone to. We should have realized that wasn't going to work.
So
with
I
makeshift
feel
ones.
a connection to turkeys.
All right. Unfortunately, we're going to need shorter answers from everyone else. Takes on turkey. Like turkey?
Yes.
Both food and bird?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Turkey or chicken for a meal?
Oh, probably chicken.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
But the birds are cool.
Yeah. We got a lot in our neighborhood currently. They're fun to look at, and they're so goofy
They all
and dumb
live in
looking.
the trees, which is crazy.
Yeah, they get it
They
really
live
high.
in trees.
They live in the trees.
Yeah, to avoid
You'll just be walking and
predators.
you'll hear you look up and there they are.
They're way too big to be as high as they get. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
Oh my god.
I've got some very dramatic pictures we can talk about later. Turkey takes.
I love turkeys, the bird. I don't eat turkey, the food. I eat tofurkey,
Okay,
which is great.
fair enough.
Yep, same for me.
Yeah. And then the second part is, what do you just gotta have on your Thanksgiving table?
Cornbread casserole.
Interesting.
Ooh, nice.
What is that?
It's a cornbread and creamed corn in a dish. Is a recipe that my high school boyfriend's mom gave me. And it's a family thing now. My mom makes it.
It's really touching.
Mashed potatoes for me. Absolute favorite.
Cranberry sauce for me.
Ocean spray can or homemade?
I actually really prefer the ocean spray can.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I've never had that.
Oh. It's the jelly cranberry
also from
sauce from a
Carver.
can.
It's very low.
Yeah.
It's from
I think
Carver.
Miles Sanders started it. That company.
He found cranberries.
Yeah, he made the bogs.
He made the bogs, guys.
It's one of the unique things about southeastern Massachusetts is cranberry bogs.
Yeah.
They look weird.
They're in Massachusetts.
Don't go in them,
yeah.
there's
Yes.
spiders.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't go in the bogs.
Don't
Just
go in
eat the
bogs.
cranberries.
Look at the bogs from afar. Stay away from spiders.
It was in a bog.
Kaylee.
People who work at Ocean Spray
I had a lot of
Ocean
friends
Spray
who
is
had
in
bogs
Massachusetts.
in Carver, like Miles Standish Forest.
Oh, we'll take you to a bog.
I would love
Don't
to
really
see
go to
a
the
cranberry
bogs.
bog.
It's not a thing.
So they're
I
kind
will
of,
go in a bog.
they're
just
kind
like
of
swamps.
everywhere. As you're driving around our area, you just see cranberry bogs.
You don't
Are
really
you
know what they
serious?
are,
Yeah.
honestly, though. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
What?
They look like
I had
little
a
ponds,
Yeah,
Friend in high
but they're
school who
redder
had one
than
in their
usual.
backyard.
Yeah.
Just, like, had a bog
Really?
of
depending on the
cranberries.
time of
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the year they're just big holes, but sometimes they're full of cranberries and water and spiders.
Yeah.
Bog spiders.
I went on. I did too deep a dive once, and I cannot forget it.
You dove into a
No,
cranberry
no,
bog?
no.
like
Oh.
internet dive.
Kay's really afraid of spiders, so that was a bad dive for you.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea. I thought they were all in California.
No.
Cranberries give me a very cowabunga vibe.
No. Pilgrims.
Just end it right there. That was the last line.
Did you get to say what's your like essential on the?
Oh.
Just cowabunga vibes. You gotta
I
be
need-
bringing them.
I need cowabunga vibes on my Thanksgiving table.
Exactly.
Heroes on the Half
no.
Show. Get in there.
I don't know. It would have been like rolls or stuffing at one point, but I can't eat those things anymore. So it's probably like a good salad. Ugh.
Yeah. A good salad. We'll end on that. I'll say I looked up a recipe for like non-bread involved stuffing. Maybe that'll be it.
It won't.
Isn't it just like,
Why did you look that up? Are you gonna make some for this podcast recording?
No, for myself.
Oh, for yourself.
On Thanksgiving.
Andy's like awareness. Gotcha.
No, it's just like
Is it like rice?
no. It's just like crumbled up sausage with veggies and herbs.
It's not.
It's not a crazy thing. The barefoot Contessa makes it.
That is not stuffing.
Yeah, Ina says it's stuffing, okay? And she doesn't wear shoes, I guess.
No.
And according to 30 Rock, she has a weird arrangement with her husband. I don't know.
That's on 30 Rock?
Yeah, she like only sees him on weekends or something, and then he leaves.
That's yes. 30 Rock did say that. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
true.
That's what Liz Lemon wants in a relationship. All right.
Cowabunga vibes.
I think that's it. Cowabunga vibes.
For more
That's what we
cowabunga
all
vibes.
need at our Thanksgiving table this year is some cowabunga vibes.
For all that and more, you can check out our link tree, linktr.ee/late to the movies. You can find all our links to different trees there, and buy a shirt with Greg's face on it as always, and email Noah and tell him what you want on your Thanksgiving table.
Cowabunga vibes.
I don't know what the next episode is. You'll be as surprised as I am. You know, just watch this space. All right, thanks everybody. We had Jeffrey, Kate, Andy, and Kay.
Woo!
Meow.
Cowabunga.
I don't know why. I guess because there's like a wave on the ocean, and I
It's
was
a
like,
Massachusetts way.
It's a Massachusetts wave.